Yeah, assalamu alaikum once again, everybody. You know, my new everybody from east, west, north, south, Janae, Malika, Domi, Adamai. Once again, it's your boy Killa Ace, Ali Baba, Prince Ali, Bondi, Nakala, Nekana. You know, another episode of Ace's Updates. You know, a whole bunch of stuff is going on in the media. Don't believe everything you hear, you know, because the best news is the news that comes from the source itself. And you know, it's been a very, very positive week. You all know. The press conference was off the chain, man. You know, it was off the hook. Thanks to everybody that listened to it and all the Gambian online media that participated. Highly appreciated. And a whole bunch of stuff been happening. A whole bunch of controversy. The Africell issue where word on the street is that Africell, you know, terminated my contract with them and banned me from having my show on their radio station, Afri Radio. So, we all know how the system is out there, you know. I'm sure they wouldn't want to jeopardize the millions of dollars they making a day off of the Gambian people because of Killa Ace, you know what I'm saying? Even though it shouldn't be like that. All I did was do a song, you know, that spoke out on what's actually happening in a constructive form, you know. So unfortunately, the system that we live in the environment that we live in, leads to the situation where private sector has to bow down, you know, to the system, which is sad, you know. And but it's all good, you know. I had a very great partnership with them, you know, and we supported each other, you know, I should say, in the past. You know, I had my thing going on, and you know, I guess it is what it is, and life goes on. You know, I got bigger fishes to fry, and alhamdulillah. The last time on the Geta G breakdown, where we stopped off at Full Decker Kendua, the imam, the artist, the journalist, man, we broke that down.
Don't know what about the injustices going on. Yeah. All the police brutality, which is so wrong. Yeah. Can't talk about the corruption, I swear the flow goes on. Yeah. It's so wrong.
Now let me break that down. People get detained unconstitutionally for more than 72 hours, you know, without bail, etc., etc. You know, that's injustice. Own family won't have access to you after you get detained, you know, and all of that, you know, is part of the social injustices, you know what I'm saying? You can't talk about the police brutality, which is so wrong, you know, and it's crazy. Being a victim of police brutality, I know what I'm talking about, you know. You get arrested and police will beat the crap out of you, you know, and smack the living crap out of you. They kick the living crap out of you, you know, all in the process of arrest you. I mean, even if you're not arrested, I mean, even if a police officer talks to you and you talk back to the police officer, I mean, that's considered disrespect to them, and you could get smacked just for that. Okay, I'm gonna explain to y'all something that happened to me. Coming from a show, I think it was the word of mouth back like 2 years ago, 2013. I came back from a word of mouth performance. After a spectacular performance, I came to Westfield, you know, as usual with my peeps. And right as soon as we stopped at Westfield, you know, I love Cafe Tuba, you know, so I stopped to get a cup of Cafe Tuba. All of a sudden, a pickup full of soldiers just stopped out of nowhere, and the soldiers got off and just started kicking us, smacking us, you know. And by the time I realized what happened, I realized that we was getting beat up just for having our pants sagging. And you know how us young generation nowadays, you know, sag our pants, you know, show our boxes a little bit. And that was our crime, just for sagging out. And in the process, they whipped us. They whipped the living hell out of us. We got smacked up, and they threw us into the pickup and took us to an unknown location. Word on my life. And it was about like 15 of us, me and a couple of my peoples and other people that they caught along the way. And when they took us to this unknown location, what happened was they laid us all down, and they was just beating us with this pipe and a whole bunch of stuff, you know. So the story goes on, and I witnessed that happened to me, you know, and that's really sad. It's just crazy, man, you know. No officer has the right to beat any civilian unless and only if the civilian is, you know, showing his force against them, you know. And it's sad, you know. After that, let's talk about the corruption. Can't talk about the corruption, I swear the flow goes on. Corruption in the Gambia, crazy. We know what's going on in Gambia, where police officers always get bribed, immigration officers always get bribed. Anybody in authority, you know, live off of bribes, you know. You can't blame them, because if they living off of $2,500 a month, you know, basically meaning that their salary is very low, you know, they're forced to be corrupt, you know. Okay, let's start it off with the immigration officers. Right about now, if you wanted a passport in the Gambia, you know, as a Gambian citizen, it should usually take a week and a half, latest 2 weeks. But now, because of corruption, you can get your passport done in 1 day. All you gotta do is just holler at the boss, hook him up with some money, extra money, and your passport will be done in 24 hours. And everybody should be equal. That's not right. If you wanted to get a license to drive your car, that usually takes a while. You have to go through a couple of procedures, driving tests, etc. But thanks to corruption, all you have to do is just holler at one of the officers, give them a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying, and your license will be done in like 2 hours, a day latest. And it shouldn't be like that. If you go to the ports, man, when you go to the ports, if you want to clear your stuff, all you got to do is just nehal guy tuti, you know what I'm saying, johlen dara johlen wechit, and all of a sudden, you're good. And it shouldn't be like that. Everybody should be equal, since that's the main reason why they're there. That's the main reason why they're given a job, to serve the public equally and fairly. But oh well. Sun halis bunyoy pasare. It's so wrong. We all know that the government blows a whole bunch of money. Let me wipe my sweat. They blow a whole bunch of money when it comes to organizing events. Example, the president's birthday bash. KMC last year spent millions of dollars to invite Titi. Free event where they gave Titi a whole bunch of money. They spent a whole bunch of money on that show, whilst KMC workers ain't even get their salaries. And they spent millions on that, millions of dollars on a birthday present, whilst Serakunda Market has a whole bunch of rubbish that they couldn't even clear. The sanitation in Serakunda is poor. There's so much mbelit all around, and KMC didn't take care of that. So soon and the list goes on. The president has a whole bunch of ill, crazy, flamboyant cars, the flamboyant lifestyle that they live, and that's just so wrong. People are suffering in Gambia. When you go to hospitals, right, not enough medicine in the hospitals, it's just crazy. But in the process, they got enough money to pasar, but they don't have enough money to fix proper roads or put medicine in the hospital. We know what's going on in Kanilai. All of these celebrations in Kanilai and festivals in Kanilai where they spend so much money. So you mean to tell me that you could spend all of that money on chair, but can't provide proper health care? Huh? Really? You can spend all of that money, but can't provide proper roads. All right? Okay. Create employment, create opportunities, build more roads, provide better health care, provide better education instead of spending all of that money unnecessarily. So that's why I said, Sun halis bunyoy pasare. It's so wrong. My heart goes out to all those going through a tough time right now because of the rainy season. I see the disaster going on, and I hope that things get better for all of y'all, and hopefully we have a better Gambia where it wouldn't be like that. Coming from Talining Forokono, I know what it's like. Anyway, it is what it is. Geta G. This is the breakdown of Geta G, Ace's updates. This is the 2nd edition. I gotta go. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. KillaAceMusic.com. The website coming out pretty soon. Stay tuned.
Don't know about the injustices going on. All the police brutality, which is so wrong. Can't talk about the corruption, I swear the flow goes on. It's so wrong.